The brain will randomly replay an embarrassing memory. Meanwhile, the good memories come only when you sit down, relax, and start looking for them. Does the brain hate us? Not really. The brain is just running survival software from a time when everything could kill us. Remembering the threat used to matter a lot more than remembering the good times. Today, though, the danger often concerns a typo back in high school or a fight with your ex. In cognitive science, that's called negativity bias, and now it doesn't serve us as well as it once did. It tends to trap us replaying things we wish never happened. You don't have to be a negative or anxious person either. The brain is wired to pay more attention to negative events. That's why fear-based headlines work every time. And negative events tend to hold the brain's attention longer than any other stimulus. That's why a car crash slows down traffic, but beautiful scenery doesn't. We just can't look away from something that means potential threat. So, bad memories are not only easier to recall, they also hold your attention longer. Can we stop this? Can we train the brain to bring up more good memories instead? Short answer, yes. The brain has neuroplasticity, meaning the brain adapts to whatever we repeatedly do and deliberately pay attention to. But first, how do the bad memories come up in the first place? We like to think memory works like a storage unit, files that get neatly sorted and ready to be retrieved on demand. Yet memory is really an active process. Think about it. The brain is a system of trillions of neurons, and memories are just specific patterns in that system. And memories often come up when we are not actively trying to recall anything. That's because what you are doing right now doesn't happen in a vacuum. It activates a pathway in the brain, and if that same pathway was active during a past event, it often shows up as a random memory. It's basically the brain reminding you what happened the last time you did something similar. Once you see the connection between what you are doing now and what comes up, you've already won half the battle. It means you can start noticing the triggers, and it doesn't have to be anything dramatic either. It could be a tone of voice, a smell. In fact, smell is a particularly strong memory trigger, and there's a kind of unfair biological reason for it. Normally, your senses collect information and send it to the thalamus first. Then it gets processed and goes to the limbic system, the brain's main center of emotion and memory. But smell skips those extra steps and sends the information straight to the limbic system. So in a way, smells become neural bookmarks of past events. But this can happen with all kinds of cues. Recognizing the triggers matters, because once you see the pattern, the question, "Why did this hit me now?" gets an answer. A bad memory becomes predictable, and predictability changes how the nervous system responds. It may still show up, but at least it stops feeling random. You stop being ambushed. Now it's just an inconvenience. At that point, you have options. You can avoid the trigger, or you can do something more demanding, but often more useful long-term. Retrain what your nervous system predicts a trigger like a smell actually means. In a way, you show your brain that something new and non-threatening is happening when this trigger shows up. Do this repeatedly, and the brain eventually updates the prediction. That's memory reconsolidation. Because the brain isn't trying to make you miserable. Your brain is a prediction machine. If something got tagged as a threat, it will keep predicting threat. And those predictions usually don't change until the system gets better data.